Stangibelisco here, proprietor and operator of amateur radio station W1 GV, Whiskey 1, good vibrations. I just tested my 12 volt, 35 ampere hour marine battery, the one that I used to operate the FT857 Delta Yaesu radio 4 years ago and I made a number of videos about a trip I made with that radio in a truck called Big Number 8. The name of the playlist, which you will find on this site, is Wandering the West. And I recommend you watch some of those videos now. It was great fun back in the time when my physical body would allow me to do such things. And my mental state was of an acquisitive real estate nature. Well, I just tested that battery. Now it's been a couple of years since I recharged it, and it's just been sitting on top of my clothes dryer downstairs with its charger, awaiting the next potential use. And the next potential use hasn't happened since probably March of 2016, or rather 2017, couple of years. The thing's just been sitting there idle, and it still holds enough charge to operate the radio. I measured the voltage to determine the amount of voltage remaining on that battery, and a good thumb of rule is that if it has 12 volts or more in an open circuit, it's still holding enough charge to be functional, and it registered at 12.07 volts. Now, a marine battery, in case you aren't familiar with those things, is a lead acid battery, usually 13.8 volts or 13 volts, same as an automotive battery in terms of voltage. But it delivers a lot more, it delivers power for a much longer period of time, a much slower discharge curve, and requires recharging much less often, and that is the most important thing. I think I was mistaken about the slower discharge curve. If you charge an automotive battery of 35 ampere hours and a marine battery of 35 ampere hours to the same 35 ampere hours, they're going to work for the same length of time with a radio under load, more or less. Tell me if I'm mistaken, though, about that, because I'm not that familiar with marine batteries, other than to note that they are the preferred type of battery as opposed to automotive batteries for slow discharge use, like you use in a radio when it's required to deliver a moderate amount of current for a long period of time. Automotive batteries have a lot more cold cranking amps. That is, they can deliver a sudden surge of current to start a vehicle much more effectively than a marine battery can. But a marine battery will last a lot longer on the shelf and will operate low amperage devices for a much longer period of time. In other words, they like to be discharged and recharged on a deep cycle numerous times, whereas automotive batteries do not. And the primary difference, as I understand it, between a marine battery and an automotive battery physically is that a marine battery has much thicker lead plates than does an automotive battery. The marine battery, with its thicker plates, lasts longer under load, apparently. The same sulfuric acid is used. Marine batteries are generally sealed. They aren't going to leak if you tip them over, whereas an automotive battery, you better keep it right side up. Automotive batteries can generate noxious vapors, sulfur dioxide gas vapors, which can be dangerous in an enclosed environment whereas marine batteries, being sealed, keep all of that gas within themselves. But as viewers, many of whom are more informed about these batteries than I am, I'd like to hear your input, your experience, and your recommendations regarding the use of marine batteries for portable operation of ham radio equipment at low power levels, radios such as the Venerable Yesu Foxtrot Tango 857 Delta. Stangibelisco W1GV, saying 73, and so long, which, even on an 857D, regardless of what type of battery, regardless of what frequency, has always, does now, and shall always translate to da-da-da-da-da-da.